When I think of my favorite movie of all time, the first to come to mind are masterpieces like Bloodsport, Roadhouse, Predator, and the movie that stands the test of time, West Side Story. Okay, I know, it's not my normal genre, but how can you deny the choreography, the cinematography, the set and costume design, and the best part, the dancing men? Set in a 1957 New York neighborhood, West Side Story is yet another rendition of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Only this time Romeo can fight and Juliet speaks Spanish. See, Riff, the leader of the white boy street gang, the Jets, and Bernardo, the leader of the Puerto Rican Sharks, well, they hate each other. A race thing? Maybe. A territory thing? Sure. But if it's a fight about who's better looking, well, we all win. Rawr. Look at those rolled cuffs. So cool. The film opens up with the manliest dance number to 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, if there was any doubt to the levels of tea with these guys, check out the snapping. The opening number ends with the two crews about to fight, but Officer Leroy shows up and squashes the party and forces the boys to quietly agree to reschedule their brawl meeting for the dance later on. So later, Riff and his co-founder Tony and his crew are at the club getting down, and all of a sudden in walks those Hispanic bastards to ruin the party. Everyone is ready to fight, and by fight, I mean dance battle. But then they lock eyes. It's beautiful. Tony and Maria, Bernardo's sister. It's love at first sight. But like the OG Romeo and Juliet, they can't have each other. It's forbidden. Riff and Bernardo reschedule the brawl talk. To be honest, that's exactly pretty much the whole first act. Schedule conflicts. Anyways, Tony and Maria spend the next hour trying to figure out how to see each other and be with each other with the help of Bernardo's girlfriend, Anita, who, by the way, really likes being Puerto Rican in America.
Buying on credit is so nice.
One look at us and they charge twice.
They agree to meet under the freeway. Naturally, the perfect place for a fight. And word gets around. Tony arrives at the rescheduled freeway fight and tries to stop it. He loves Maria and wants the two gangs to just get along, but instead he causes his boy Riff to pull out a knife and in turn gets stabbed once and dies. It was easier to die back then, I guess. Oh no, Riff! So Tony reacts and totally stabs Bernardo to death as well. Gross. So Tony meets Maria and tells her, OMG, I love you, but I'm going to turn myself into the police. And she's like, oh my god, I love you, please stay. And she wins and they decide to elope. They arrange to meet at their safe house, for lack of better words, and gather some getaway money to elope, but not before some singing and hot dancing men on cars. A scene many movies have borrowed from. Looking at you, Grease. Anita shows up to help, and when the Jets harass her and try to assault her, she lies and tells Tony that Chino killed Maria. Tony, upset, seeks out Chino to avenge his love's death. Super high tea. He finds Chino, but also sees Maria and is visually assured that she's just fine. Ah, sigh. But then Chino shoots Tony and the movie's over. Okay, fine. Well, first they end the feud and come together to carry Tony's body for the funeral. Then the movie's over. West Side Story may be a repeated story, but the world built around it is what makes it special. The world building is actually my favorite part of the story. The rules written by the original music creator, Jerome Robbins, are simple but stated and gives the guidelines for what transpires throughout the story. The set design paints the picture for the living situations for both groups. Low income, have to fight to get ahead, and not a huge space. It's enough of a small space that they clearly think they can't exist together in harmony. The story also shares the experiences of being an immigrant in America and the goods and bads that come along with that label.
She was only dancing
with an American. It was really a Polak.
Says they speak.
This is best portrayed in the rooftop song and dance performed by Anita and the Puerto Rican gals, and features some of the prettiest dresses in film. There's nothing visually more stunning than a fancy skirt twirling. Leonard Bernstein, an actual musical genius, deserves all the accolades the music of this story gets. The opening sequence quickly sets up what we are about to expect in the film. Singing, dance fighting, stage-like sets, and hot, badass boys. The only thing that would have made the opening sequence better would have been some cats. I love cats. I can't believe I'm reading this. The film houses some of the most iconic musical numbers in cinematic history, from Jet Song.
When you're a jet, all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
To America, to Be Cool.
Just play it cool, boy. Real cool.
To my personal ultimate favorite, I Feel Pretty. I'm not going to lie. You can catch me dancing around the house in flowy clothes singing I Feel Pretty on a regular basis. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright. And I pity any girl who isn't me tonight. Be Cool, a number clearly hijacked by Grease for being so cool, even featured a girl that dressed like and wanted to be like the boys. Back then, people just called them tomboys. So diverse. Nominated for 12 Academy Awards and taking home 11 of those, it's no wonder that the movie is considered one of the best musicals of all time for so many people. And that was back when those awards mattered. If you haven't seen this film, do yourself a favor. Grab a blanket, a bowl of popcorn, and a margarita and press play. I promise you won't regret it.